You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. I cannot believe that we are already this far into January. It feels like the month is absolutely flying by. We've got a great show in store for you. Did you know today is National Pie Day? Well, we're going to inspire you to step into the kitchen and make a key lime pie. So if you want to avoid the cold, then this is a great alternative. We're also going to introduce you to the Moon Boot Room at Skipper and Scout, an incredible local psychotherapist, and so much more, always taking place here on Good Morning Vail. So make sure that you stay tuned because it's all going to start right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
This weather report is sponsored by Grand Hyatt Vail. Escape the cold and embrace the après-ski vibes at the Grand Hyatt Spa, where you'll find tranquility rooted in traditional alpine wellness.
Lens of the Day is brought to you by Eyepieces of Vail and Goggle Bar.
I love to hear that jingle because I love getting to nerd out about some great technology that can help you out there on the mountain. Now, right here, I've got the Dragon PXV goggle. This is a large fit goggle, so it's going to give you some great peripheral vision on the side of your face as that lens is nice and wide. This also comes with a very magical lens in it because this is a Luma lens, which means it's a photochromatic lens. So as you're out there enjoying the mountain, this lens will get darker. It is a light rose color now, but as that sun's making its way out, that lens will kind of shift colors and help you so that you can see better, so you can ski or snowboard better on the mountain. Now, if you are interested in getting your hands on this goggle, well, then make sure that you stop by any one of the great eyepiece locations here in our community, and that way you can bring home a photochromatic lens. That way you have a one-stop shop. You don't have to change your goggle lens too frequently, and you can just enjoy skiing or riding up there on the mountain. We want to thank Eyepieces of Vail for bringing you this Lens of the Day report. Make sure that you stop by if you have any vision needs. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
This show looks at anything that has an engine and a story told by the owners. This is a scooter. Have you had it the whole time?
I have not. It's actually the third time I've owned the car.
Sell, regret, sell, regret. To the actual prototype GT40, I got to sit in that car.
Oh, I gotta get me one of these, man.
We've got all the muscle, the speed, and the stories.
I got stage 4 cancer. A bunch of friends came together and decided that this thing needed to get done then. A lot of friends came together and made this thing happen.
Hey, if it has an engine and a story, you're going to hear about it on rides. Almost every vehicle, doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, there's some tie to your past.
Good morning, Vail.
Since we're still seeing those cooler temperatures, it's good to do something different for today. Well, today is National Pie Day, so we're going to step into the kitchen with Kim and we're going to make a delicious key lime pie. It's Pie Day.
Pie Day.
You know, this is a fun holiday. Do you have a favorite pie?
I actually have a favorite pie. It's key lime pie.
A key lime
It
pie.
is
Oh,
my
I
favorite.
wonder why he said that.
Yeah. And I can't say cheesecake. I love cheesecake, but it's cake.
Yeah, it's
Not a
true.
pie.
It's true. Sometimes you can make a graham cracker crust for a cheesecake,
Or
but it's
crust.
not the same. So we are making a key lime pie, and this is honestly one of the easiest recipes for a key lime pie.
Well, we'll be the judge of that.
Well, we will be the judge of that. It involves sour cream, sweetened condensed milk, obviously lime juice. You can use regular limes if you don't have key lime, but we do have cans
you gotta
here.
use key lime.
You have to. You know,
Yeah.
it just makes it a little bit of a different taste, and then also the zest of the key lime. So very simple recipe. You can make your own graham cracker crust, but
we cheated.
We cheated today.
Yeah.
Because
Or we could say, no, we made it and put it in this lovely pie pan.
You know, we really did. We were really great at crushing it all together and pressing it into the pie pan. So this is going to be a really fun and easy recipe. We need 28 ounces of sweetened condensed milk.
Okay, we got that.
We're going to go
Right
ahead
here.
and open those, and we're going to pour them here into our giant mixing bowl. And we're also going to make the whipped cream from scratch. So it's going to be so fun.
Shut the
and
gondola door.
Shut the gondola door. It's going to be great, and it's going to be easy. So we've got a half a cup of light sour cream, and then we need 3/4 of a cup of the lime juice. And so we've got a fun little lime
Kevin's
juice
going to be
mixer.
squeezing some lime juice, I take
Kevin's
it.
going to be squeezing some lime juice. He's going to be mixing it up. And
The official squeezer of
do you want to be the official
TV8?
squeezer, and
Yeah.
I can scrape the?
Why don't you do that?
Yeah, let's do
I'm
that.
going to need to get
We'll do
started on these things.
A little switcheroo here.
Okay.
So yeah, the sweetened condensed milk is very different. You know, it's just basically sugar and milk, but it's been kind of cooked down, and it's just easier to buy it from the grocery store. You could try to make it on your own, but what's the point?
What's the point?
You know, these cans usually come in about 14 ounces, so we've got 2 cans here, and we need 28 ounces for this key lime pie. Now, if you're doing a filling on the key lime pie, it's usually like a 9-inch pie pan, and it should give you just enough to fill it all the way to the top of your pie. So pretty easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see
So
if
do you
we
feel
get
like
the
you're
measurements right.
you're still back in Florida, Kevin?
I do. I just smell these key limes.
You know, I think I'm in
mood for a tropical vacation. You know, last week we made the whole orange blender cake. That was fun.
That was fun. That was a
It was
blast.
actually quite delicious. That was a viral TikTok recipe, which we had never tried before.
Never thought it would work in a million years, and it did.
And it did.
It did.
It was pretty great. You know what? This sweetened condensed milk definitely gets a little bit sticky at times, so just be aware of that when you're popping open your
Sweet, sticky.
Everything you need for a dessert, right? Yeah, I would say so. But you know, Kevin, you're crushing
I know.
the juicing game of these key limes.
I've been told that before.
But you know, if you don't
Like a
have
juicer.
if you don't have the key limes, that's okay too. You can use regular limes. You can actually also use lime juice. But we're being as close to authentic as we can be in this process. Now, Kevin, have you ever made a graham cracker crust from scratch?
You know, I can't say that I have.
It's really quite simple.
Yeah?
You know,
I bet you use graham crackers.
You use graham
One
crackers.
ingredient,
You
main.
use about 6 tablespoons of melted butter,
Okay.
some sugar. You blend it all together, pour it in, and then
And voila.
and voila, and you put it into the oven. But you know it's different. It's actually, you bake it at about 375 if we were to make this from scratch.
Okay.
So sweetened condensed milk's looking great. Now here's the interesting part. We're actually going to add sour cream to this key lime pie mixture.
Okay.
And the sour cream gives it a nice, like, fluffy, and I would say almost lighter than using cream cheese or something along those lines. And I prefer the sour cream over the cream cheese just because it's a lighter consistency than, you know, the density of some cream cheese.
Well, have at it.
There we go.
Have
Great.
at it.
So we would use about a half a cup, but we'll kind of guesstimate here what that would look like as we are putting this sour cream into
Now, how many
our
ounces
mixture.
of this lime juice do I need?
We need about 3/4
before I
of
get
a cup.
arthritis in my hands. I'll never play the piano again.
Always make Kevin do the the manual labor in
Great
the kitchen here.
time here.
We need about 3/4 of a cup, but you know you're doing
Hey, I'm
great.
getting there.
You are. Well, you continue to do that. I'm going to actually scoop my sour cream into our measuring cup here. But yeah, so pie. It's an infinite number.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Are you a math guy?
I wouldn't say I'm a math guy, but I know what the numbers were, obviously, from the quiz that you gave me earlier.
Continue to go on and on and
Yeah.
on. You know, I was looking up different, like, regions have different pies that are specific to them. That was pretty cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
You-
Colorado.
Can you recall a few of them?
I can. We got the Palisade peach pie in Colorado.
yeah.
That's a
That's
big
a-
one.
that's a
and
big
then
one.
obviously, if you're on the East Coast or in the South, pecan pie is usually number one. I know.
Is it pecan or pecan?
You know, I had this discussion yesterday. I say pecan. What do you say?
Pecan.
Pecan. You know, I think it's indicative of where you're from,
I
really.
don't know.
You know?
Yeah.
So we're going to continue to fill up the sour cream, mix it in there. Kevin, you are doing a great job. And then
I'm on key lime number 475.
maybe we should have used real limes. That would have gone a lot
We
faster.
should have, yeah. We'll see you tomorrow. Tune in.
Tune in
next
tomorrow
Monday.
for part 2.
I have bandages on my hands and a splint.
And a split. Oh my goodness. So I've got all of my sour cream mixed in here, and you can see we've got 2 cans, about 14 ounces of that sweetened condensed milk. Then we've got about 1/2 of a cup of the sour cream. So it's looking good to me. And I'm going to go ahead and start mixing that while you continue.
Why don't you go ahead and start mixing
Hey,
it
why
while
don't I go ahead and start mixing that while Kevin is continuing to juice these key
I'll
limes.
be able to hold a pen for a week.
You know, we're just over here having some fun
Yep.
in the kitchen. At least I'm having fun. Poor Kevin is not. But and while he's continuing to do that, so it's lime zest. You've got the lime juice, and then I'll actually go ahead and zest up some lime into our mixture here. And it's okay if it's a little bit chunky. You know, texture is fine.
Is it okay?
I think it's okay. You know, that's my personal opinion.
Maybe if it's
So-
pecan pie.
I do like a good pecan pie.
There was a place, and I wish I could recall the name, when I was in Savannah, Georgia. Oh my gosh.
I love
Pecan pie
Savannah,
there was
Georgia.
incredible.
Oh, I bet. You know, you are in the mecca of delicious southern sweetness.
Yep.
That's true. So, Kevin, before you juice all of those limes, may I have 1 or 2 of them so I can start zesting?
There you go.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Great. I'm going to grab the cheese grater next to you. So if you don't have an actual zesting apparatus, you can use your cheese grater right here, and you can see that it's just easy, nice and simple.
It's going to be a little more coarse than a regular zester, but that's not a bad thing.
It's really not. You know, it's totally okay. You can use really whatever you've got if you're trying to be resourceful. No need to like become a chef and add more to your.
Oh no, let's add more. Let's
add more to your kitchen.
How many cups of this?
I think, you know, we're just going to keep going. We're going to juice all of the
is that what we're going to do?
We are. So it's pretty great. You can see I'm just kind of holding it over my my mixture so far over the condensed milk. We're going to zest it up a little bit.
Adds a nice little color.
It does. It really does. You know,
shamrock green.
We are approaching St. Patrick's Day, so we're making some key lime pie because green and also Pie Day. I mean, to me, it's the perfect combination.
Hey, they go hand in hand.
They really do.
Clover and clover.
Clover and clover. So we are zesting. I'm zesting it into here, and you can see it looks great. You've got the nice bright green of the key limes. You can use a regular lime again if you don't have this or don't have access to key limes. Regular limes are just as good. Looking great. And we're just going to juice up all of the limes that we've got here. So even though I'm zesting this, I'm going to give this lime back to Kevin so he can continue juicing.
That's what I need. One more lime to zest.
At least this one will be a little bit easier, maybe. You know what I like to do ahead of time too, if I have time, I always like to kind of roll on my citrus fruit just to kind of like get the juices flowing
before
I cut it before I cut it open, all of that, right? And so yeah, we're just going to go ahead and continue. I'm going to do the last little bit of zesting here.
Yeah, you've worked this one over pretty well.
I told you I was going to.
The amount of juice that's going to flow from this one. You do 10 pies.
It's true. It's really going to be nice.
We can do 3.14 pies.
We got to 3.14 pies. Oh man, oh man. You know, I actually loved working with pie when I was doing math in school.
Really? Why? Let's
I
hear
don't know.
this story.
I just thought it was kind of cool. I like to draw it. I was kind of a bit of a math nerd, and I liked how things looked. So I love to write the pie out. So I mean, I think the zesting is looking pretty good. You know, it really is up to you, kind of, and that's what's great about this recipe is you want to make sure that you've got the sweetened condensed milk right and the sour cream right.
Right.
Then
that consistency part.
And then then that's exactly right. Everything else can kind of be up to what you choose to measure it out. So we're just about done.
Okay.
And once we get I'm going to go ahead and
we
stir this in. And while Kevin
is
continuing to zest or juice, I think we're looking pretty good. We're going to go ahead and dump some of the juice in here.
Oh, can we? Thank you.
Yeah, we can. I think that
Don't know if I
looks
can
great to
grab the cup.
I can grab the cup
Here,
for
take
you.
this. Don't get the seeds in there. After I did all that work, and you're just going to dump everything in.
It's true.
For crying out loud.
We're just going to dump this beautiful
We're professionals,
lime
for God's
juice
sake.
into our pie. We're going to stir it up, and then when we're done, we're just going to pour it into our pie tin and pop it in the oven. So the oven is at 350 degrees, and the best part about this recipe is it only takes 10 minutes to bake, which is great. And then you want to let it cool for a bit before you start putting whipped cream or anything on it.
Okay.
But that's it. That's our recipe.
Simple.
Simple. Very simple.
Simple.
So
Except
28
part of it.
28 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. You want about a half a cup of sour cream. Juice as many key limes as you can. A couple
With
of
12 children to juice the mini
it's true.
limes.
Well, we're going to go ahead and pour it into our pie tin, pop it into the oven for about 10 minutes, and we'll let it cool, and we'll show you what it looks like when we come back out.
Be right back.
The pie's done.
Pie's done.
Happy Pie Day, Kevin.
Yeah, after squeezing 50 key limes, I'm going to have to call Dr. Viola over at the Stedman Clinic to redo the tendons of my fingers.
Or just go get a hand massage. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, we have our homemade whipped cream, and it was very simple to make. We did it with about a half a cup of powdered sugar. On top of that, about a tablespoon of vanilla, and then you put some heavy whipping cream in it, and you just mix it all together until it stiffens up or forms what we like to call peaks. And as you can see, it looks
perfect
great.
peaks.
Look at this.
Like the peaks of a 14er.
The peaks of a 14er. We are a big fan of peaks here in Colorado. And this pie looks great. We've got we've let it cool, and if you really want it to set, you let it cool for about 3 hours in total. But either
Kind
way,
of needs that 3 hours to set up nice. We'll see what happens here.
It really does, but it looks good to me. You can see a little bit of that lime zest from all of the key lime pie that Kevin are all the key limes that Kevin.
Now, if you want to use the word expert right now, as far as cutting the pie, that worked.
It really did.
Now, you could probably zest a little.
You could if you wanted to,
Yeah.
if you really wanted to get fancy
But
with
unfortunately, I've squeezed all of the key limes.
Well, it looks great to me. I'm sure it tastes wonderful.
Well, I'm going to find out.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging on to our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey Morgan. I'm with Ron Byrne and Associates. And today I'd like to welcome you to Mine House and Mi Casa, a premier bed and breakfast right here at the base of Beaver Creek Mountain. Let's go inside.
This property is currently being run as a bed and breakfast with 20 bedrooms, all with ensuite bathrooms. Right now we are standing in Mi Casa, and next door we also have Mine House. A wonderful opportunity to own a turnkey hospitality business, but it's also an opportunity to own it as a private residence. It can be sold all as one or in individual pieces, however you choose.
So now that we've had a chance to show you these two amazing properties, Mi Casa and Mine House,
We would love the opportunity to show you in person. Give us a call.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces.
Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Good morning, Vail.
A great place to go shopping over in Vail is Skipper and Scout, and they're introducing a new moon boot room. So if you've always wanted a pair of moon boots, this is the place to go. Well, Gretchen had the opportunity to chat with them and get all of the information. So let's see what's going on with the moon boot room.
Welcome to Good Morning Vail. I'm so excited. I have an amazing human being on the couch with me, Carrie Roach, Skipper and Scout. Everyone, I feel like you don't even need an introduction, Carrie. Everyone in this valley knows you, loves you, and loves Skipper and Scout. How are you doing? Good. So before we start off talking about all things moon boots, obviously, how amazing is this? I have to say I love that your outfit, your moon boots, match the vibe, the color scheme of your store. Good on you. I'm proud. I'm impressed.
We're Broncos.
No, you're good. So, Carrie, I know Skipper and Scout, first of all, has been around for how many years here?
We just celebrated 10 years.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's a huge deal. Congratulations. And I know a lot of times people think it is for children, but that is not correct. And I want you to explain why.
Well, you know, we definitely cover the gamut. So we always say babies to tweens. And then for the most part, we've always been something for everybody. So
yes.
Our biggest brand that we started out with in 2014 was Aviator Nation.
Love.
So
Yeah.
we have that for kids and adults. And so I like being able to dress the whole family.
Yes.
And so that's why this kind of concept, came to being.
Which I love because obviously we've talked many a time to you for Skipper and Scout, and we love the store. And to add a little bit of icing on the cake, and now we have a moon boot pop up, which we're going to talk about. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I had an opportunity to pop next door and gain about 250 square feet.
It is a big space. I have to say, I was shocked. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're not kidding. That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, my biggest thing was, I don't know, we sold a lot of boots last year with people not really being able to sit down and try them on.
Right.
And so we wanted to kind of create a little lounge area where, really like a boot lounge.
I was just thinking, I remember when I came in to get my moon boots from you, and I was sitting on the ground and walking around. So that's brilliant. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And so it's all things moon boots. Yes. We have from children to adults and everything in between. Kind of walk me through the whole concept of the moon boot.
Yeah. So again, I love being able to sell to the mom, the baby.
Yeah.
And we do get people who want to kind of match and coordinate.
Love that. Yeah.
So they definitely have kind of the the giftable stroller option for babies. Start them young.
I love that.
And then
how cute! I can't. That is the cutest, littlest thing I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, I can't. That is darling.
A really little pink one, the blue to match.
Yes, and these are so. Really, how stylish. And I will say this: both boys and girls.
Yes,
I could see anyone rocking these.
Yeah. So we definitely want to be able to hit boy, girl, mom, dad. Some of the toddler sizes are really truly a boot size.
Okay.
So I'm a 4 or a 13 or a 1.
Okay.
A very specific size. And then when you get into a certain style, which is kind of our tall and then our tall and our lows, that's where it's really necessary to kind of come in and try on and find your size.
And I love it because you were saying that also they kind of go towards your foot, or what is it called where they...
Well, so it molds to your foot.
Molds to your foot.
Yeah.
See, I never knew that. So it's like a ski boot in a lot of ways. That's
kind
amazing. But way warmer.
Yeah. I know from wearing mine, I'm I throw them on and now I know this is my left and that's my right.
Okay.
Yeah. But they are a little bit of ambidextrous, but it's kind of a range.
Okay.
So, if you're an 8, so sometimes people will be kind of on the cusp of, one size and have to go up to the next.
Right. That's we have to talk about this one. I'm sorry. I'm so biased. They're all so cute, but I'm obsessed. This one's a little bit different, I feel like.
I know. I previewed that at Birds of Prey at World Cup.
Love.
And, you're staying there for, 6-7 hours.
Yeah, no big deal. In the freezing cold.
Yeah, outside the whole time. Not cold and not hot when you go inside.
That's brilliant. And that's a big thing to say because you and I both love being outside, but also we're going to go have a bite to eat, a glass of wine, etc. And you don't want to be roasting. And that's brilliant. And I love that this one's a little boho chic.
Yes.
So they all bring a different vibe. We were talking before about I would wear leather pants and wear those out, or wear them with, the black with my bib overalls skiing.
Yes.
You could do dress it up, dress it down. Same with these. I would wear these even with my jeans tucked in, super cute.
I have to say I have a few pairs.
Yeah, I know you do. I'm the fashion girl over here. I love all the different styles. They're all so unique and cool and different and chic, which I love.
No, and I always say they're warm, they're water resistant.
Yes.
We have a lot that are waterproof.
Cool.
You stand in a puddle, you're going to get wet.
Right.
But yeah, so it's been a fun trend.
I love, and it's function and fashion, which is dope. And I love these 3 are kind of spring. They make me feel
That's why I wear these
vibe.
colors. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Tell us about those.
Well, we've got spring break coming up.
Yes.
And so one of the things that we really wanted to do for kids and adults is they're coming on vacation. And a lot of times, certain styles are coming out just as they're about to get here.
Right,
so we're buy yours, wear them for the week, and we'll ship them home for you.
Okay, so we have to say that again, and thank you for reminding me. How cool is that? You wear them all week long, and then I was saying, you and I both are so luggage oriented, and you're
where are we with it?
Yeah, literally, where am I going to put this? They'll ship them home for you. That's rad. I mean, that's a huge plus.
Yes.
That would make it or break it, so that's awesome.
Yeah, if someone's feeling luggage inhibited,
right,
we'll help you out there.
Oh, that's brilliant. And then price point, Carrie, what are we looking at?
I would say, I always talk about an average. Yeah. So a good average is about $240.
Awesome.
So that.
Cool.
And then, as you said, you kind of start to go to your, chic-y beaded ones. You'll top out around $500, and that's kind of a cheap, little higher for you.
But they do last, I will say,
They
because
do.
I've worn mine. I've had them for over a year, almost 2 years, and like I love them, and they do last, and they're functional and fashionable, which is so important
Well,
in this town.
I'm like, my originals from 10 years ago.
Oh my gosh! And then
I
look
know.
at that, but like literally, they look almost brand new.
They're a little dirty. They're a little dirty and loved.
I
But
love them.
Yeah.
Well, and what was the brand too that you were talking about? I thought that was
oh,
really cool.
okay, yeah. So what's new in last year's is Technica. So a lot of
Okay.
people know that from the sports world.
Okay, yeah.
Bought it, improved it. Looking at some traction, and then again looking at a bit of the foam that's in there, and just making sure that it's technically sound. So Technica
So
got
cool.
involved
I love this.
since its inception way back when.
Okay, and then you said, Carrie, you are going to have your pop-up store open till when? About when are we?
Till the mountain closes.
Okay, awesome.
We've got Easter. It's a little bit later this year, and so well into April.
That's awesome. That is so cool. And let everyone know where. I mean, I feel like most people know where you're located, but just in case one person out there doesn't know, where is Skipper and Scout located?
Well, we're right on East Meadow Drive.
Yeah.
So you come out of the public transportation. I think the main one, and if you veer off a little bit to the right, you'll see our orange sign. So it's hard to miss.
Yes, and you do. I have to say too, I've come to a bunch of events. You do really cool things all season long, which is really fun. You've done so many different hair tinsels and so many different events, book signing, like tons of things. So that's kind of fun too. If people are interested in that, can they go on a website or social media? Because I know you're very active on social media too.
Yeah, definitely on Skipper Scout Vail. Also on our website, we'll have all of our events with spring break. We've got some fun dance flash mob and
Love
DJs and
so cool.
Some face painting and anything we can kind of try to do, to just bring kids joy.
And it's funny too, because I love that you said that, because it does spark so much joy for children. I don't have children, and I've gone and had so much fun. And I'm like, I'm a grown woman, but it is really for everyone. Like, it is so much fun. And
Thank you.
especially seeing some of the littles come in and just get so stoked and so happy. It's awesome.
Thank you.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I've got a great team that really tries to make it an experience.
Yes.
Whether you buy
do.
something or not, you at least you've had a great time coming in.
I will say you have amazing people that work for you and with you, because every time I go in, you feel joy, and it's happy and fun, but you have such nice people and knowledgeable too, I'll say, because that's important. I mean, I would have never known that these boots are actually let's be real. I care about the fashion, and you're like, no, but Gretchen, they're functional too. You're not going to be freezing. I'm pretty soon here going to be out in the cold in Aspen in a couple of days, and this would be great for me. So yeah.
No, you'll definitely see them well equipped in Aspen, and definitely here Vail.
I see it in Vail a lot, which is cool. But it makes me happy, because I always think of you now, because I'm like, ooh, Skipper and Scout. It's so awesome.
Thank you.
Are we going to be seeing? So I know these are just, you pulled a couple of the colors. Tell me, maybe just to top it off, what your favorite vibe is, your favorite color right now.
Again, since it's spring and December's behind us, I'm kind of I wanted to bring some bright, kind of fun colors.
Yes.
I'll say that probably the traditional, people will go conservative and go with a black or, a white, just kind of, it'll go with everything.
Right.
But I'm like,
bring the pop of color.
I think it's fun to bring the pop of color. Yeah.
I feel that.
So these have been fun for,
I love that.
For spring.
That's awesome.
Make an outfit. Yeah.
Well, Carrie, you're amazing. Skipper and Scout. Everyone needs to check it out. The Moon Boot store, the pop-up store, connected. So you go in Skipper and Scout, you'll see it right there. Check it out. And thank you for coming in and sharing. I think I'm going to have to come in tomorrow and get another pair. Yeah. True story. Next time you see me, I'll be wearing my moon boots. Thank you, Carrie, so much.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. And keep it right here. We have more Good Morning Vail to come.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that.
And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today.
Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page
Discover the perfect blend of style and performance in your eyewear at Eyepieces. With convenient locations in Vail Village, Lions Head, Beaver Creek, Edwards, Basalt, and Snowmass, Eyepieces is the destination for luxury eyewear and high-performance optics. From iconic brands to the latest in sport frames and snow goggles, we have the eyewear to match your mountain lifestyle. Plus, we offer prescription lens services, including eye exams, custom lenses, and prescription goggles for your mountain adventures. Visit us today to experience the art of vision. Eyepieces, serving the Vail Valley's vision needs for over 40 years.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunity for points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point of this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
Good morning, Vail.
A great way to live your best life is with the help of Heather Hahn. She's a psychotherapist here in the community, and she's got all of the ins and outs to make you feel a lot better. Let's hear what she has to say.
Welcome back. Our next guest is Dr. Heather Hahn. She's a psychotherapist who has helped many people heal their mental issues and live their best lives. Dr. Hahn, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I wanted to start with talking about some research that you've done. You discovered something called, I'm sorry, I'm getting it wrong.
No,
Okay.
they're long words. Visualization and improvisation.
Can we do this over? Sorry. Visualization.
I feel bad. It's a mouthful.
No. So sorry. I'll start the whole thing over. Welcome back. Our next guest is Dr. Heather Hahn. She is a psychotherapist who has helped many people live their best lives. Dr. Hahn, welcome. It's so good to see you.
Thank you so much. I'm so thrilled to be here. I love your work.
Thank you. I wanted to start with talking about some research you've done. You discovered something called improvisation visualization. What is that and how does that help people?
Yes, so this is actually a fun way to help your mental health and wellness because, most people don't like to, deal with or uncover some maybe unpleasant patterns that they're working with or stressful memories. And I discovered this in my doctoral research where I was looking for a way to treat young women with anxiety. That was my client base at that time, the majority of my client base. And I had discovered both visualization and improvisation at some other point in time, and come to find out there's all this research on how they can reduce anxiety. So I put them together in a process that's actually also meant to be performed on TV or on stage because it's really entertaining. You think of improv, and it's more than I could say just in a short snippet, but the key is that when you visualize what you want and then you improvise your way there, it not only helps you reach that goal, but it reduces anxiety along the way.
Yeah. I mean, I took improv classes in LA at the Ground
Did you?
Wings, and there's a lot of yes and there's a lot of performance. What does this process look like? I can't imagine it in a clinical setting.
Yes, I'm so glad you've taken it. So you know that part of improv is yes and. You never say no to someone because you keep the flow going of improvisation. And the way I kind of discovered the freeing technique of improvisation is I did a long journey or a long workshop at one point that was in California, and it was all for improv, every day, multi-day workshop. And I felt so free. We were all just making fools of ourselves, rolling around at one point, and it really helped to diminish, perfectionism. Of course, I like to be prepared and have things go a certain way, but with improv, you can't do that. And just being able to be your natural, weird, funny, goofy self, that reduces anxiety. So that was how I kind of came on that one. And then the visualization, I stumbled upon again years ago because I'm very into spirituality and different kind of esoteric and occult studies even, and I found this, this process of visualization. There's tons of research that's been done on it. Everyone from surgeons to lawyers to sports players use it to reach their goal. And through my research, I also found that it helps people reduce their anxiety as they're reaching their goal.
Wow. So have you used this technique in your own life to overcome anything?
Yes, I have. I use it all the time. In fact, when I'm on television, I do the live TV on 9 News, and that has to be very improv because you don't get the takes. But if you think about it, all of life is improv, no matter how much we plan. And so I feel like I use it every day to, when I've had something come up and that didn't go as planned. And the way that I use it is to say, okay, this is, whether it's, okay, I just got the hiccups and I'm about to go on TV or, or something really big, and personal. I look at, okay, I can do this, and you just have to be very present in the moment. This is why it works. Improvisation is about being so mindful and present right now. And you can't do that when you're thinking about the past or the future. And all of our power is in the now. So yeah, I feel like I use it every day.
That's amazing. One of my favorite quotes is, people make plans and God laughs.
Yes, exactly.
Because life is all about getting thrown curveballs all the time. I tell my kids that too. It's like, you got to go with the flow. You never know what's going to happen. So that's a really important tool to have.
Absolutely. I mean, I think of life as like one series of mistakes and repairs. Because it is. It's like and even with parenthood, as you bring that up, in my research on parenthood, I found out that it's not about being a perfect mother. It's about repairing the mistakes when you weren't present with your kids. And that's what creates the security, that they see that, oh yeah, you can repair that. You don't have to be perfect.
I love that you brought that up, because I just read an article about how it affects children to see their parents constantly on their phones, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to put my phone away to be present with my kids, like you said, and pay them attention and be there. And that means so much to them. Have you found that, our devices make it really hard for people to be present?
Yes. And your kids are very lucky that you're very conscientious like that, because kids know, even animals can sense, when you're not present. And I know personally we have a rule, like you don't look at the phone at the table, the dinner table, and just like having certain boundaries, but also realizing that the kids grow up fast, and a lot of times all it takes is just a few minutes of connection that really fills people up. You don't have to like never be on your phone or not doing other things, but when you're with someone, to just really be fully present is a gift, and it really doesn't take that much away from the stuff you scroll through that you're probably not going to remember anyway.
Absolutely. And you're a big proponent of holistic fitness, correct?
Yes.
So what is that, and what are some takeaways that people can just start doing today, maybe to feel better?
Oh, I love that. I love that you're asking for practical tips, because it's easy, especially with psychology, to talk. A lot of it you can't see with your eyes what someone's psychology is, but I like bringing it down to earth like that. And when I think of holistic wellness, I just think you can't be fully healthy and whole unless you have the mind, body, and spirit all healthy. not that we're static or just all perfect and healthy, but at least on that path. And so, couple things I would say is, first of all, I mean, I think most people know about exercise and how important that is, not just physically, but for your mental health and spiritually as well. In fact, the root cause of anxiety, as far as I'm concerned, this is my clinical specialty, is a spiritual illness. Because you can teach people the techniques, but if they don't have that inner knowing, they're going to keep being anxious about new things. So a couple things I would suggest for people is kind of what we're talking about with the mindfulness and improvisation is paying attention to your physical body sensations. That's the easiest, quickest way to get out of your head. So like right now, if you are very quiet, I can hear like the sound of maybe a computer, and you can see the bright lights and things that you normally don't see that aren't even a big deal, you know, the color of the flowers, but just doing that, taking the time to do that helps you get out of your worries, even if it's for a second. And then another thing to do is learn how to put your thoughts on trial. In other words, most people walk around believing that their thoughts and perspectives are reality. And instead, when you have a stressful thought, examine it. Is that true? Is that my perspective? And if it's not true, then you switch the thought. That's how creative we are. We can switch our thoughts and switch our realities by choice, really.
Right.
So yeah, just kind of questioning and then choosing a new thought.
Yeah. There was a philosopher that said the things that we worry about are just in our imagination. They're things that might never happen, probably won't ever happen, right?
Exactly.
Why do you think we're on this hamster wheel of ruminating on worries and thoughts? Do you think it's maybe our culture and society are contributing to this right now?
I'm sure, because there's never like one reason for anything. It's usually a combination. I do think, again, back to the spiritual illness and just illness in general, people are scared to feel calm. They're scared to be with themselves. They're scared to sit in silence. They're scared to, not have approval or. So having a core meaning in your life, something that's driving you, can help with that, because if you don't prioritize your health, you won't be healthy. It has to be the priority, and the healthier you are in mind, body, and spirit, then you're going to be giving more to other people as well.
Absolutely. I say that as a mother. I'm going to use this example again.
Yeah.
Like, I have to take care of myself. I have to prioritize sleep and health and exercise and all the things so I can be the best mom I can be. And, I see some people in this day and age, the hustle culture, they're working long hours, they're getting really worn down and burnt out. And I do think some of these tools that you brought up could be so helpful for so many people, going through anxiety and stress.
Yes.
And can people work with you? Are you taking clients?
Yeah, so I do. I have a therapy practice for Colorado residents, and then I also have coaching. So they're two different things. Psychotherapy, people can get a hold of me. My schedule's pretty full for that, but for coaching, that's a little different. It's more, setting your goals, taking responsibility, and I provide kind of like more consulting in a way, just more education and helping people stay on track. So yes, those are all available. And then I also have a course on reducing anxiety that's very affordable, and that's on my website as well.
Amazing. So what's your website? We'll tell the viewers.
So yes, it's heatherhans.com. Thank you so much. And I also offer live speaking for all sorts of groups, whether it's a company, nonprofits, even social groups, and even families. I do presentations for sometimes.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Hans. I really enjoyed speaking with you today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
All right. Thank you.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
The season starts when Nate Dogg, Trailer Tom, and friends have started the season in front of you.
There it is, the white ribbon of living.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And on that very first chair, two very familiar faces who've been in line for 2 days.
My name is Nate Dogg, N-A-T-E, D-O-G-G-G-G.
My name is Trailer Tom.
Nate Nadler and Tom Miller live nearby.
I feared nothing but not getting first chair.
Second chair nightmare.
Yeah, second chair nightmare.
My goal is to continue to fight for this first chair as long as I'm physically able. First chair coming at us one more year.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Ooh. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Good morning, Vail.
I recently had the opportunity to chat with Fidelity Investments about some financial resolutions that you might want to implement this year and how you can avoid some stress this year and save some money. Let's hear what they have to say. Welcome back to the show. Now, we always talk about the new year and your resolutions. Well, have you thought about your financial resolutions? Fidelity Investments is here to give us some great information, and I'm joined by Leanna. Leanna, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us this morning.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Good morning. You guys just did an incredible study as we're approaching the new year and the concerns that are coming with some financial resolutions. So can you give us an inside look at what that study really showed?
Absolutely. So this study did show more than half of Americans, they're feeling overwhelmed by their personal finances. And 30% said that they have a stressful relationship with their money. And the concerns we heard, top two were unexpected expenses and inflation. And then it was followed by the third at economic uncertainty.
And why do people make resolutions, and what are some of the ways they can implement those resolutions to help them?
Sure. I think many people are thinking about their current situation, whether it's the state of their finances, their physical health, their mental health, and ultimately decide, I need a change. And this is fairly common at the start of the year, having New Year's resolutions. And we believe financial fitness is just as important as things like physical fitness. So we saw nearly 2/3 are considering a financial resolution for the year ahead. The resolutions we're seeing are save more money, pay down debt, and spend less. And really, we believe having an action plan to get there and a specific roadmap is going to be your best bet to help achieve those resolutions.
And what are some of the ways that Americans can tackle things like inflation, debt that continues to grow, and how can they make their financial wellness greater this year?
So we do hear these concerns often, inflation and debt being top of the concerns. I think the good news is Americans are entering 2025 more sensibly. 72% say they have a plan in place. 80% are focused on building up their emergency savings. So this is really assuring to see, and two great ways to help address those concerns. And I think just on rising inflation and higher costs, another key to prioritizing this and understanding your spending is to budget. Many don't like the word budget, but at Fidelity, we do suggest spending no more than 50% of your take-home pay on your essential expenses like food and housing. And this should hopefully give room to save for some of those short-term goals or pay down more debt and prioritize other things.
And are there resources to help navigate life's big changes, whether they're expected or unexpected?
Absolutely. So January is Financial Wellness Month. And to help people achieve their goals, Fidelity offers a number of resources with great tools and insights on all these topics. So I'd encourage you to go see fidelity.com/myfinancialwellness. It really brings all of this together.
We love to have all of this wonderful information, and we love to learn how to take care of our financial fitness. We live in a pretty active community, and so everyone's always on the go taking care of their body, and this is maybe something that people miss into the new year.
It's very true. Financial fitness is just as important as physical fitness. So hopefully those will visit that site and prioritize their financial well-being this year.
And then one more time, what is that website for people to get more information and maybe some guidance?
It's fidelity.com/myfinancialwellness.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this wonderful information, and help motivate us to take care of our financial fitness this year.
Thank you.
Make sure that you go to the website, you use all of these great resources because they're available at your fingertips, and that way you can continue to grow with your finances throughout the new year. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so don't go anywhere. Thank you so much for tuning into your Thursday edition of Good Morning Vail. We love getting to be here each and every morning to inspire you to make some key lime pie, maybe look a little bit closer at your financial resolution for this year, and always so much more. So thank you again for tuning in. We can't wait to see you next time here on Good Morning Vail. I've been your host, Maddie Evans. Get out there and have a great day, everyone.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to